reason for filming me, motherfucker. Huh?
Get away from me. Get away from me, dude. Get away from me. Get the away from me. I'm not gonna answer any questions.
Okay. You can turn around, put your hands behind your back. Okay, you're
Cool.
being detained.
Yep, you got it. Yep. Hey, so can I?
You're gonna stay with him.
Again, what's the reason that I'm being detained?
Okay, you've been accused of assaulting somebody with pepper spray. Okay?
I'm being accused of assaulting somebody with pepper spray.
Correct. Okay.
All right, cool.
So right now you're being detained while we verify that accusation.
Yep.
We're gonna get a pattern of facts here. See what actually took place.
Cool.
That right there was supposed to be a recap to how all of this originated, but in case any of you don't understand what happened, allow me to break it down for you. FAPA was conducting a First Amendment stress test at this local shop, and things were going really well at first until this random old guy decided to jump out of his car, walk around an entire snow pile for the sake of assaulting this man, just for recording whatever he can see from public. The old guy therefore got pepper sprayed when FAPA was trying to flee from him and he was still proceeding to attack him, and when the cops showed up, just because FAPA refused to answer any questions, he ended up getting unlawfully detained, but when he showed them the evidence that he was the victim of assault, they still arrested him and gave him 3 separate charges, 2 of which are felonies in the state of Massachusetts. Those charges being assault and battery, assault with a deadly weapon, and assault on an elderly person over 60. Which brings us to today's video, where we're going to highlight a couple of his live streams taking place in Ayer, Massachusetts. The first one we're highlighting today has to do with his live stream at this courthouse, and his results of his very first court date. His arraignment, if you will. According to FAPA, this is how it all went down.
So I just got let out of court today. Clear indication from them here today that they do not have their story straight. They do not have the story straight at all. They don't even know what to say, because today was the arraignment date. First of all, the public pretender came up to me before court, even before my name was even called, before my name was up on the docket, and she came up to me and told me that she was going to be representing me, and I said no, I'd be most likely appointing my own counsel. So I gave her that. That was the first bit of pushback that I gave there. Then the first thing they did was try to redact all this guy's information from the record and from the sheet. So I told them that, in the case that I do hire somebody, or I do it myself, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be hiring somebody here this time. This is a serious thing, but they tried to redact all this guy's information. So first of all, I don't even know what the statutes are. I'll be posting a picture on the community today. I don't even know what the statutes are that they charged me with. It just said assault and battery, assault with a dangerous weapon, and 60 plus, not even anything outside of that. So no statutes were given. I was given 0 time to prepare. The public pretender tried to talk for me and, tried to just let their motion to redact all his information go. She just said, oh no, he doesn't have a problem with that. I said, no, as of right now, until I hire an attorney, I'll be representing myself. They motioned to continue for arraignment. So that means they couldn't even have their story straight. They couldn't come up with a good defense on their part, or a good offense on their part, seeing as how the burden of proof is on the Commonwealth of Massachusetts in this case. So they wanted to push the arraignment. They know that they did not give due process. They know that there was no investigation done, and they know that there was no probable cause for my arrest in the first place. There was no probable cause. They did it without investigation, no talking, just because I didn't want to answer questions. And the word for word, if you guys remember from the video, word for word said, you are under arrest because you are being accused of pepper spraying somebody. Word for word, those were what he said to me.
So the 2 biggest takeaways from this arraignment is the fact that they redacted the information from that old guy who assaulted him, and they could not keep their story straight because the burden of proof that this man assaulted the old man, even though it was the other way around, falls onto the local government itself. You all remember in the last video of us highlighting this unlawful arrest that the officer involved would have a hard time splaining his way out of this one? Yeah, it's really seeming like my words here are aging like fine wine. But that's not all, we the people. I mean, it's obvious that the courthouse here cannot keep their stories straight. And I haven't even brought up the fact that there was a public pretender trying to side against FAPA in this situation, even though FAPA already told them that he would have a representative of his own. But what about the police department? Do they keep their stories straight? Do they remain consistent in the things that they say and do? Well, like I said before, there's only one way to find out.
Hi.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad, not too bad.
You know, it's just the body cam's on, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, what can I do for you?
I'm here to file some charges
Okay, on who?
on the person I had the interaction with on Friday.
The officer?
No, not the officer, the person that was there. Person that assaulted me.
Oh,
I was a victim
the
of
other, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you looking for?
I'm looking to make a complaint, make a criminal complaint, and see how you guys move forward with that.
Okay.
I see you guys got body cams now. That's good.
Well, some of us do.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're in the trial phase.
Nice.
What charges are you looking for here?
I was a victim of an assault.
Okay. So a simple assault?
Assault and battery. He grabbed me and I had to defend myself in the process.
All right. So typically with a simple assault and batteries, we don't file charges when it comes to two parties that aren't in a substantive dating relationship.
I'm sorry?
Our agency doesn't
Yeah.
file charges for simple assault and battery when it comes to two people who aren't in a substantive dating relationship.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
So you can totally seek your own complaint at Ayer District Court.
Are you
Because
sure?
You are the victim and you are the witness.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's not here that I have to go, right?
Ayer District Court is where you
Okay.
would go to.
It's Ayer District Court
Yes.
to simply file the charges
Correct.
themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
So this officer claims that assault and battery can only be prosecuted in Massachusetts if the two people involved are in a relationship? Okay, there are two major problems with that statement. First of all, let's take a look at the Penal Code of Massachusetts, 265, Section 13A, which according to nameandlaw.com, under that statute, the government is required to prove the following elements beyond a reasonable doubt in order to convict a defendant of assault and battery. 1. The defendant touched the victim without excuse or right. 2. That touching was intentional. In this context, an intentional touching is one that is done deliberately, unconsciously, and not by accident or negligence. And 3. The touching was either done without the consent of the victim, or the touching was likely to cause bodily harm. Nay, one of those qualifications that have anything to do with somebody being in a relationship. That's number one. And number two, even if that was true, what proof did they have that FAPA and this old guy was in some kind of really messed up relationship? Because if this statute was true and these cops actually understood that it was true, which it isn't, then FAPA would have never gotten arrested in the first place. So he proceeds to file complaints in this police department and then head to the courthouse because the cops tell him that's where he has to go in order to file these charges of assault and battery. But what happens when he goes to the courthouse? Why don't we roll the tape?
Remember you from the other day, you're not gonna film when you come in, right?
I'm sorry?
You're not filming when you come in.
Well, I'm just going into the side offices.
You're not gonna film when you come in, is what I asked you.
What do you mean?
You're not gonna be filming when you come into the building.
No, I was going to,
Let me
yeah.
give you something.
So I'm just having a conversation here with you. That's all I'm doing.
Let's go outside.
So now you're gonna grab my things and walk me outside. So let's see how.
Grab your thing.
So are we gonna have a conversation
We
here?
are gonna have a conversation. Give me 1 second, I'm in the middle of something with somebody else, I'll be right out.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I'm literally. Why are you pushing up
Please stay
against
out.
me, bro?
Please
I'm
stay
right
outside.
here. I'm outside. Am I not?
Please stay outside.
Why are you gonna do this to my foot, bro?
Right. Please stay there. I'll be right out.
Okay. I am under bond. So I'm not gonna push the envelope. So I'll just.
Sorry about that. Okay, so,
All right, so-
we wanted to have a conversation together about it. So no cell phone, PED, or camera may be used to take photographs
In a courtroom.
or video in a courtroom or anywhere else
Okay.
inside the courthouse.
Go ahead. Yeah, with the following exceptions.
News
Yeah.
media.
Okay.
accordance with
News. with the Supreme District Court. Do you know what the definition of news media is? It's people who gather information and disseminate it to the public. I am news media, my friend.
I'm gonna go get you the Supreme Judicial Court Rule 119.
Go for it. Go for it. Thanks.
Awesome.
Appreciate that.
Okay. So this is the Supreme Judicial Court Rule
Yep.
119. You're familiar with this,
Yep.
obviously.
Yep.
right?
No
Okay.
surreptitious
That's great.
recording. Yep. Yeah, in courtroom proceedings. Yeah, I'm not interested in any courtroom proceedings. Okay, so where exactly does it say in the?
So let me ask. You said that you're news media.
Yeah.
Which is great, by the way. I think that it's awesome that
Sweet.
you do that. Shall include any authorized representative of a news organization that is registered with the Public Information Officer. Have you done that?
Or any under?
Any individual who is registered. Have you registered with as a Public
Shall
Information
be afforded the
Officer?
organizations that regularly gathered.
So that way we don't have to get into anything of any hands-on. I'd rather not do that. I love
Yeah.
First Amendment rights.
Yeah, no, perfectly fine with me. So, what we're gonna do? How do you say your name again?
Andy Mangan.
Oh yeah, I love the First Amendment, bro. Never mind the fact that you took his camera outside to lead him outside because he was recording and live streaming. Actions speak louder than words, am I right, we the people? Not only that, but if you look at that paper given to FAPA, you can literally see on the top, one of the first sentences it says is that video recording, or at least the phones and other devices, are not banned in the courthouse. Not to mention, of course, Price v. Garland and the fact that the papers literally specify in the courtroom that recording cannot be taken place without permission. And did this man have any intention of going into a courtroom? You tell me. So as you can see, we the people, this local government is making this man jump through a whole lot of hoops just to file these charges. And to think it's not even the worst system. That honor may or may not go to Nye County, Nevada, but that's a topic for another day. That said, we are going to leave contact information down below to this police department and the courthouse for all of you to redress your grievances for their inconsistency with their charges and the fact that they are making this man jump through hoops just so he can find some semblance of justice. Make sure to be as respectful as can be in redressing your grievances, but similarly to what the acronym of our channel says, please do let them hear our roar. And in case you want to stay tuned for any updates to this case, make sure you go subscribe to First Amendment Protection Agency and let them know the Recognizing Your Rights sent you. Also, don't forget, everybody, that you need an attorney at your side at all times when dealing with the police in any circumstance. Which is why, once again, we have to let you know that we have a promo link to Attorney Shield, where if you use our promo code of ROR1776, you can get your first purchase 10% off. A great deal, if I do say so myself. Make sure to check that out in the description and the pinned comment. But with all that said and done, thank you once again for tuning in. We only want one other thing from you, and that would simply be to never stop loving the good old Constitution.